I'm here today with Brandon Carter, who is a YouTube celebrity and also a fitness model, one of the best. He's modeled for Nike, Puma, Adidas, pretty much every shoe company you've ever heard of, and a lot of underwear brands as well. So I'm here talking with him, and we're going to settle once and for all the do looks matter debate in the pickup community. And I figured who better to bring than the most attractive man I can find to help settle this. And actually, a guy that has a really good personality, a really good game as well, but who just happens to be, aesthetically pleasing as well. So the crux of the do looks matter debate has always been sort of like, well, if you get good enough game, is it possible to game, without having good looks? Do fat guys get hot girls? Those kind of things. And my contention has always been, yes, obviously fat guys do get hot girls, but it's a little tougher. It's a little tougher for the fat guy. But I wanted to go a little more pointed about it and find out just how easy it is or just how much of a difference looks really do make. So I'll start off with a question. Do women approach you? And if so, how often?
Oh. Yeah, women definitely, women approach me, man. Like, how often? I don't, every time I go out. Probably, probably every time I go out. But then again, I live in New York. I live in New York, so it's like there's volume. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, but at least every time I go out, at least once or twice. So, I mean, I kind of just found out, honestly, a second ago, that wasn't normal. I swear to God, I didn't know that wasn't. I mean, I guess it probably wasn't like that when I was smaller.
You're Brandon Carter, the man with the roughest life of any human being on the planet.
When I was I used to be kind of really skinny, lanky, and that wasn't. But I didn't go out a lot then, so it's hard for me to get proper context. But I wasn't getting approached when I was skinny. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I'm curious. You're obviously a guy who doesn't have much trouble at all with attracting women, that kind of stuff, even getting approached, etc. And a lot of it due to amazing personality, a lot of it due to looks. At least that's my contention at the moment. We'll test that.
Good frame.
But the question I have for you then is: are there people in your industry, even successful people, that still don't get girls, or still end up with subpar type of girls, or are desperate, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, man. All right. So in the you said in the PUA community, a lot of guys think that looks don't matter at all, and it seems to be in the fitness community, a lot of guys think that their game or personality doesn't matter at all, right? So they just focus so much on their body, and they think if I just get ripped or if I just get big, then the girls will just line up, and that's not the case, or they take it to a level that's that's all they care about. And it's just weird. It's just you become weird when you obsessive about your body or your looks. As a guy, it's fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? It's weird for women to be totally obsessed with that. Some of these guys are worse than women. You know what I'm saying? And so I know guys, man, who are in great shape, have won contest for how physique contests. And their girl's fucking 5 or 6, and it's maybe she has redeeming qualities, right? Maybe looks don't matter for her. Maybe she's got game. Maybe she was on an RSD boot camp, and that's how she landed a 10, right? But it seems like a lot of guys rely on that too much, you know what I'm saying? So I think you can do it either way. They rely on it too much, I think, sometimes.
So you have, obviously you have your YouTube channel, you have tons and tons of people that watch you, listen to your advice. What advice would you give or do you give for guys they think that just getting physically fit is the only thing they need to do in game?
Listen, man, I think if that's all you care about, then you're just gonna be a weirdo, right? It's like that. Okay, you ever meet somebody? I would imagine like this: when somebody first starts getting into pickup, they just obsessed with over it. That's all they think about, and it's to a weird extent, right? Mm-hmm. That's how it is with guys who first start working out. It's and they're weird for a minute. All they want to talk about is reps and sets. So after you guys, all they want to talk about is sets, sets, frames and shit or whatever. But my advice is just be don't obsess over it. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing, but read books, learn shit outside of that, and it will actually help you know, I don't know, like, yeah, just don't obsess over it. Like it's a thing. If it's serious important to you, then go for it. But if that's all you care about, then like you'll just be a weirdo, man. Like it makes weird. I think it matters though. I do think it matters. Like it helps. Like for me, I think like once I started like putting on size, it made my game worse, right? Because I don't need it. You know what I'm saying, as much.
Made
so
you
like
lazy?
It made me lazy. Yeah, now so maybe so. But like now I feel like if let's say I whatever reason I focused on game, like getting it like tight, then it'd probably be like, I don't know. I don't even know. Shit. I'd probably
be dangerous.
Yeah, I'd probably be some next level shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like even doing everything wrong, I'm still able to have a lot of success. So it's like,
well, let's be fair. You don't do everything wrong.
I don't do everything wrong. I don't do
can
everything.
tell just hearing you talk that you're like, you know, fairly charismatic, funny, well spoken.
Say that again. What was that? What was he saying?
He has some redeeming qualities, which I'm not going to admit again because I'll make his ego get too big in front of me. No.
But I've always been cool and charismatic, and girls didn't throw themselves at me. It wasn't, if honestly, no, for real. It wasn't until I started like when I would straight get like girls like throw themselves at me sometimes. It's not every day or all the time, but that shit fucking happens, man. And it's like girls before they even hear me say anything, you know, like before like you don't even know, you know what I'm saying? So like it's something. It's not something you can rely on though. I think you can rely on, like I seen your game, I seen your shit, and I think that's more reliable than, cause it's okay. I want to make a point, man. I want to make a point. Here's why looks is not as important for men, in my opinion. Cause like think of a woman, like a hot chick, right? Hot chicks don't approach, right? For the most part, they don't approach, right?
Yeah. I don't get occasionally once in a blue moon for my hair, but that's about it.
Yeah. They don't approach anyone for the most part because she's has to rely and hope that someone she likes approaches her, right? So like, it's better your having game is more reliable because then you can just you're in charge of your destiny a lot more. In my opinion, but if you can improve your looks, that will optimize things. You know, if you improve whatever that may be, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That actually leads me to two questions. First one is this: so you do get approached by girls, but if you go out, do you get approached by the girls you wish would approach you, or the girls who kind of are like, well, I'm glad they approached me, but still, it's not the one I wanted.
Both.
Both.
Well, yeah, but like sometimes it's both, man. Sometimes it's both. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice life. Nice life.
It's how do you qualify approach for a woman though? Like it's like a lot more subtle than if you know, say when I approach, hey, where's the fucking pet? Do you know where the pet store is? You know, like or whatever I do to stop them. Who lies more? You know, when they're like, it's like their woman's approaches be a little like it's more subtle. So I don't even know if you can call it approach.
They give you proximity. They kind of stand near you a little bit,
proximity,
look at you a couple times,
eye contact. So I don't know if you're not counting that as approach, then maybe I don't get approached a lot at all. But if you count like proximity and eye contact and bumping into me or like, you know what they do? Like when I wear, like this is why I always wear tank tops because they do this shit like where they just touch your arm like all the time for no fucking reason. I count that as an approach. You put your hands on me, I'm probably gonna try to fuck you.
I love the look. That's like
You
the
just
most
said
like
you did. No, I'm not gonna try to fuck you, man. Just touch me, bro. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about women.
That is awesome. All right, so we've established that looks do matter, at least to a certain extent. Yeah. So what would you say to the guy who, you know, wants to get good with girls, but is like, you know what, why don't I just go get in the gym for like a year first and then maybe I'll do some approaches then? What do you say to that guy?
Listen, man, do what you can with where you at. You know, like, right, for real. Like, would you say tell a guy to get rich before he like you can do that with anything. Like, I'm gonna get rich before I try to approach a 10, right? Would you tell a guy to do that?
No.
I wouldn't. I would tell that guy. I mean, listen, man, it's gonna be easier if you're in better shape. I think. Then again, I don't know. I mean, from my experience, it's easier, but that doesn't mean it's not guaranteed either. Like, so it's better to just work. It's better. I mean, working on a game. I don't know. Here's the thing. I've seen more guys with game get hotter chicks consistently than I've seen like really like fit and shape, handsome guys get hot chicks consistently. I think a lot of guys who are like in shape, I think most of the time they can just settle for whatever's easy, you know.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah. Makes total sense. So we answered a couple of questions before. You're talking about, being well-rounded, reading, having a life, that kind of stuff. So just having a life, having a lot going for you helps, right? To what extent do you think that you being in shape has helped you not just directly because you have a physique, but also because you like walk more confidently, because you've achieved something, that kind of stuff? To what extent do you think it carries over that way?
Like a great deal. Just like so like when I've trained people, or even myself, like I've been training for over 10 years. So like I've trained like lots of people, and especially like men, like young men, when they start working on fit, like they're getting in shape, you have to set like goals. You have to do things every day, right? You got to eat right, you got to sleep right, you gotta work out every day. You gotta start making promises to yourself and keep them, right? And once you start doing that, I feel like it builds a certain kind of integrity, right? And it feels like you accomplish something every day, right? You set something up, and then you set goals for the day and you accomplish them, right? And you have to do that consistently to make progress. But once you start doing that, like you start to be able to feel like you can depend on yourself, right? You can like believe in yourself a little more. You believe that you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, and that builds a certain kind of confidence. So I think that's more important. Even if you just did that and like didn't make a lot of like significant like progress physically, you still make a great deal of progress mentally that would carry over into like many areas in life. I think in game included. I think that's that's really what I've seen. I don't really even know if that's theory. I've really seen that in the field, like training. Like I've trained so many people over the last 10 years that I've never seen it not work. Where like the person's whole
world doesn't improve.
Yeah. Like the women and men, like everybody's confidence level like improves to a great deal, and then you see it work in their all other aspects of their lives. Something that kind of translates.
I have a theory kind of that looks matter, yes, but even more than that, it's like your look matters. Mm-hmm. It's like girls have certain types, or at least it's good if it shows that you didn't just happen by accident. You kind of put something together a little bit. Like some girls like really muscular guys. Some girls probably would look at you and be like, "Oh, too muscular," right? Weird. Occasionally, right? Or like some girls like my hair. Some girls think it's like feminine and weird. Who knows?
Right. Yeah. Right? I'm bald. You know what I'm saying? Some girls think this is stupid or whack. Mm-hmm. But some girls like to rub my bald head like it's good luck.
What do you think about that idea that it's not necessarily looks per se, but it is your look or having a look and having a personality that you're conveying something?
I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't have like a lot of style as far as like clothes and shit. Like I just did all this.
Like I'll show.
Yeah. For real. Like it's like all this shit came from Target, man. Or these shoes somebody gave to me. Said, "Hey, will you wear my fucking shoes?" Because I have a YouTube, because I'm popular on the internet. Hey, you wear these fucking shoes and put the affiliate link. I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't give a fuck. And like, I'm too lazy to buy. And the reason I've been wearing it right now, I'm too lazy to buy other shoes, And so like, I don't know if I'm the right person, but maybe that's a thing too. Like, this guy just, so that's a thing too, right? Like, he just doesn't care. So like, it's kind of like effortless, and maybe that's a thing. I don't know, but my style is just like, you know what, man? I mean, I just try to put the guns on display, guns out, and then like I said, the girls start touching your arms when you walk around. I swear to God, it's weird. Like if like we got one of your these surveillance guys that follow me around, they would just start. You would just see girls touching my arms all the time. It's like it's the weirdest thing. It doesn't happen when I wear like long sleeves, but when I wear it, and I just feel like that's like they're approaching me. So like, yeah, so that's my style.
Cool. Okay, so obviously you're good looking and you do get approached, which is awesome. It's great for you. Yeah, it's wonderful. But that said, like, you're obviously not just a good looking guy. Like, just being good looking doesn't get you hundreds of thousands of people watching every video that you put out on YouTube. It doesn't get people being entertained by you, that kind of stuff. And it doesn't get sort of that confidence and like just the swagger you have walking through the world. All right, so talk a little bit about how important you think that is. And also, I'm curious, because you do train people and stuff like that, the transformations you see in people, not just in terms of like their physique, but do you see them change as they get that physique and as they make that progress?
Yeah, all right. So, like I've seen like people like their personalities totally changed. I have a friend, and he's like he I was training with him a little bit, and I have I put his transformation on my blog. He went from he wasn't like a skinny fat dude until then now he's like ripped, right? And it's just way different, man. Like the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he like interacts with people. Like the way, especially with women, like he just. And I talked to him before. He was like, he felt like he felt like there was a barrier. Like the gut was like a barrier for him, and he had to like go. He had to have extra tight game to be around it. But now he doesn't feel like that, so he's like just more laid back. Does that mean he feel that he doesn't have to be as sharp?
Right.
And
so he doesn't feel like he has to try as hard now.
He doesn't have to
He's
try
a
as
little more,
hard.
like,
Yeah,
naturally confident,
and I've seen that like so many times, and I think that's like that helps you just like I said before, man, all areas in life. Like it's helped me in like business, like if I'm not nervous if I got a meeting or if I have to pitch something to a client, or because it's just different. It'd be if I was when I was like a real skinny kid, like I know I didn't have that same sort of confidence.
Right.
I know I still couldn't just walk and give a speech in front of how many people. I'm not saying skinny people give speeches too, right? But the way just for me, I just noticed like it's just different, man. Like just and just like
is it a random like sort of off the wall? Do you think that knowing you can beat people up in the world like actually changes how you like you approach people with more confidence and stuff? Because I'm guessing you beat people up.
I haven't been in a fight in a long time, but like you know what it is? That's weird. That's a weird thing because I used to do a lot of like martial arts training, and I had to stop because I felt like I was going around looking for fights. Like people were like so like I remember the moment I decided to quit. I was in Starbucks and I was in line, and this guy came in and he like didn't move out the way for like an old woman. I was like, this motherfucker thinks he's tough, huh? And I was like waiting for him to do something to me, and I was like, oh shit, man, I'm tripping right now. I need to stop doing that. So that was like a weird thing, but. There is a presence though, like I noticed guys would like walk and like do, you know, like I'm not there, you know, or like it's not like that shit. That kind of shit doesn't happen anymore, right? So it's not, and I'm not like I don't walk around like trying to flex. Hey man, I'm the fucking strongest guy here. I'm just normal, right? But I call it the lion in the room philosophy, right? Like if you're like let's say. There's a lion in this room. He might not be being aggressive. He might just be chilling, you know. But he might be asleep. But we'll like we're not gonna go fuck with him or poke him with sticks, right? Like or have throw shit at him, like because he's a fucking lion. We're even though he's chilling, not being aggressive, we're cognizant of what he's capable of. Even if we were bigger, stronger lions, right? We would with guns, right? We would still think, oh, that's a fucking lion. You know, it's a fucking lion. Like, that's kind of how I see it. Like, when you're bigger like that, nobody... All right, even if I can beat his ass, there's easier targets. Like, if I was... Like, predators look for prey, right? Lions don't go around eating other lions. They eat gazelles and shit, you know? Shit that's going to run, not shit that's going to fight back, right?
Right,
Yeah,
nice.
Maybe.
Nice.
And that's just a theory. I don't have no data to support any of that. I mean, yeah, lions do eat gazelles, but...
the rest of it.
It's just one of my crazy theories, yeah.
I like that. Do you think it's possible, like, you describe yourself as, like, you say your game's kind of lazy, you're kind of goofy. Do you think maybe, to some extent, that actually even helps you? Just, like, you're not trying hard, you're not putting the girl on a pedestal, you have your own shit going on, whatever?
So sometimes I do put them on a pedestal, though. Like it's like, but
Does that work out better or worse for you?
Probably, like, you know, it's probably, like... So, I mean, there's been times I put it on pedestal and it worked, you know what I'm saying, still. And if I do it, they're probably flattered. I know how that sounds. I don't know another way to say it. I don't know how to say it.
That's the cockiest version of you on a pedestal. Girl, I put you on a pedestal. You're like my princess. And you should be so flattered that you're my princess.
I guess, I mean, like, yeah, for real, man. Like, I don't know how to, maybe. But, like, the other girls might, but maybe. That's just like hypotheses. I don't know. I think, like, maybe, man. And I don't know. I think I'm just high value in general. not just because of like muscles and shit, but like, you know, I've got my own business. I'm wildly successful. I'm best-selling author. I can list off accolades. What do you do to humble brag? I have so many accolades that it sucks because it's hard for me to list them all in one. This video would be too long, so I can't list all my accolades. Sucks. So like, but like I'm just hot. So like, if I think a chick is fucking hot, yeah, she's hot, but I'm so many other things, you know. That is like I can put her on a pedestal, and like I feel like it allows me to be more vulnerable, right? I can like really show the girl. I can show a girl that I really like her if I really like her, and I don't know what that means, but it's okay for I noticed that it's okay for me to do that, and it's not always okay for every guy to do that, right?
It's a position of high value, right?
Yeah, like I can do. Yeah, I can do it. Then it's like they don't flee, you know.
Cool. So I think conclusion from the video: looks do matter, but cockiness matters even more. If you're cocky, then you're really set.
I think I'm humble, man. I think I'm the most humble motherfucker. I think that the problem. I think my biggest issue is that I don't get enough acknowledgement for how humble I am, or the level of modesty. Like if you knew how awesome I was, you'd be like, oh wow, this guy's really modest. And I don't get enough credit. I don't get enough credit for my modesty, and that's you know I bear that's just the cross I have to bear. We are.